Talk It Out. That's right. You are now tuned in to Talk It Out, where we bringing you the best of the best from around the world. So, with that being said, I can't go without introducing my co-hosts and the people behind the scenes that really make things happen. You know, for real, for real. We've got the boss all the way from Toronto, Canada. And we've got DJ Despair, the one and only all the way from Winnipeg, Canada. What up, Despair?
Salute, salute.
The boss, you got something to say? You got to go wave or something?
No, I did already.
Hi, guys.
I'm messing with you, man. I'm messing with you.
I'm just looking at this hat. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this hat.
Yeah, man. I'm feeling the Caribbean vibe.
My hat tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm feeling the Caribbean vibe today, man. Y'all don't hate on my hat now. Don't start on my hat. I'm feeling the Caribbean vibe.
You see how he says the hat and then he lowers it down to the logo on the shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You peeped that, right?
Where's my shirt? Where's my shirt?
To the logo on the shirt.
Shameless tag.
Hey, well, everybody, today is a very, very great special day. We have as our guest a man from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, all the way from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Y'all know where Wisconsin at since y'all in Canada?
Yeah.
Nah, y'all don't know where Wisconsin at?
Yeah, I know Wisconsin.
It's right next to Chicago, like right next to Illinois. It's about an hour and a half from Chicago. Yeah. But the artist, he's been putting in work out here for quite a little while, you know, and I just got to show him some love. So with that being said, first, I'm going to show him love like this. Bam. Then I'm going to announce none other than the man himself, Mr. Taurus. What's going on? What's going on? Feeling, baby?
I'm feeling groovy. I'm feeling real good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That is what's up, man. So I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, you know, what you got going on, you know, tell us about all the different things that you out here doing, you know, in the Wisconsin area, how long you been in the game, you know, the wah, 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 you know, so that we'll get to know what's up with
Yeah, some of that yada, yada, yada. But, you know, I'm really a Chicago guy. Got caught up in Wisconsin, fast living. And in the process of my experiences, I decided to kind of take those experiences and find a way to broadcast them and show people a creative or artistic outlet for broadcasting those kind of things, you know. The business aspects of it is what I got involved in and hoping to help other artists put me in a position where I started doing my thing as an artist.
Okay. So how long you been doing your thing?
Well, I really got on the grind probably 3 years ago, about this month, you know, as far as reaching out to real producers, started working with Godzilla, as some people know. And in the process of that, I was able to take it more serious, put a lot more knowledge and learning into it, and learning the ins and outs of how to do things the more appropriate or proper way, you know.
Okay. So basically, you know, Godzilla sat you down and showed you the ropes a little bit, you know, on the game, how things should be done, things of that nature, huh?
It's like a classroom, and he was basically a mentor to me, continues to be a mentor to me, and gives me a way to take some of my ideas and the things that I envision. I try to treat my thing like a documentary, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not always as polished. I don't aspire to be as polished. I aspire to talk to you from the heart of the ghetto, from the heart of the jungle, you know what I mean? And in the process, I still have to represent in my book my community of people and show them a way of how to be successful at the same thing, or not even take the path that I went, but take an even better path, you know?
So let me ask you, right? So being that you've been in the game for the time that you've been in and things of that nature, what is it that you feel that you can actually teach or have your experience bring to the table for those out there inspiring to do the same thing that you out here doing?
Well, I thought from the beginning, like, there's an underserved community of individuals who've been through certain trials and tribulations, and the product that's put out there doesn't really allow them to connect and bring their visions or their ideas and have their ideas represented appropriately in my book, right? And so I felt like if you showed those individuals how to be able to broadcast their reality, they can teach people and educate people more about what type of resources are needed in their particular situation, which in a lot of cases people have been touched by certain experiences, whatnot. It's not that they're not intelligent enough to come up out of there. They don't realize or aren't aware of the type of resources that might be available, who to go to even get to those resources. So I figure if I could be more of a vocal person, a more public person, and I could bring that type of brand to the table, then I put a lot of people in a position to learn from that and grow from that and be able to bring their own thing to fruition, you know?
So what is it that you would give on your advice, okay? What is it that you would say is the most important thing for an artist out here striving to get in the game to know?
You got to work every day. You know, on something or another, you got to be working on something. You know, if you're not in the studio, you've got to be working on marketing. If you're not in marketing, you've got to be working on what's the merch line and what is your connection to the people you're trying to talk to. You know, it's only so much that a song can do in and of itself. After that song, what have you said to that person's life? You know, you got to be working on that.
So, in your opinion, then, what are some of the downfalls of these artists nowadays? You know, that necessarily is not out here, you know, with that mindset of, yeah, I gotta work, or yeah, you know, they just out here wanting a handout or what have you. What would you say is the overall downfall of those artists?
They think they know what's happening. You know what I'm saying? If you think you know what's happening, you really don't gotta listen to nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I was smart enough to realize that I didn't know what was happening, so I need to go figure out how this actually works. That's why I was being successful. You know what I'm saying? The people that's not being successful is because they don't know how a thing works. If you know how that thing works, you're successful every time you turn your car on because you know how it works. If you don't know how it works, you ain't gonna be successful at turning it on. And it's that simple.
Okay. I see where you're coming from with it. So what we're going to do is that we're going to dive real deeper into, you know, certain things and stuff like that. But we're going to be back and with DJ Despair. You know, I'm sure he has a boatload of different questions to ask you. But, you know, for right now, we got to pay some doggone bills. So with that being said, we will see you in a minute.
Looking for a TV show that brings you a raw, uncut, unbiased opinion? What about a show providing a platform to tell us about your business or talent? Tune in to Talk It Out, Monday through Friday, hosted by Chill of Come Clean Empire and his co-hosts, The Boss, Corey Whitmore, and DJ Despair, where we bring you not just a TV show, but a TV experience.
Welcome to Real Life Matters. I'm your host, D-Boss. Real Life Matters is a power-packed, inspired program that brings you real people with real matters. If you are a company, brand, or artist, we will take you to the next level. Watch Real Life Matters Monday to Friday right here.
I'm David Meltzer, and welcome to 2 Minute Drill. Each contestant will get 2 minutes to pitch. Then they will answer one question and get feedback from our other featured judges.
Improve every area of communication while saving time is what I've been doing for the last 15 years with startup solopreneurs up to C-level leaders at companies like Amazon and Microsoft. I do it by combining two truths we all know, just rarely combined.
Okay. And we are back, with another exciting edition of Talk It Out. Well, we have as our guest host, the one and only Taurus out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And Taurus, you've been spitting a lot of, some game here, in the beginning, letting people know, the all around basics, things of that nature, what they should not do, things of that nature. And, I know that a veteran like yourself, wouldn't mind having another veteran like DJ Despair ask you a couple of questions up there. So we're going to switch from the USA and go on over to the cold Canada because they freezing down there. I know they freezing. And I'm going ahead and let DJ Despair take over. Despair, do your thing, baby. The Taurus is waiting.
What up? So far in your music career, you've had highs and lows. What's some of your highs and what's some of your lows?
Some of the highs would be an interview such as this, being able to be on Talk It Out, the boss, chill, yourself, you know what I mean? Those are some of the highlights. Probably the lows is, it's like working under the car. You got the oil on you all day. You're getting dirty with all the grind,
So you've heard a lot of older mentors that's spoken to you on levels, and the knowledge that you have received, how has it helped you through your journey?
Well, that's what I paid attention to. Like any of the people that people may aspire to be like, the Yellow BZs, the YGs, or whoever, if you notice, their success came from listening to the older guys around them that had the experience, whether they was in R&B, jazz, blues, you know what I'm saying? They sat there and allowed those brothers those sisters to be, and men and women to be their teachers. That's what your community really is, you know what I'm saying? So if you really look at the community of the music industry, they're all teachers. Why aren't you learning from them? You know what I mean?
And so far in this game, what is your best experience in the music industry so far? Like when I'm saying best experience, like a show or some event that's actually made you go like, wow, I did it.
Probably when I was inducted into the London Music Video Festival, 2020, even during, the pandemic and all that. So that was a highlight moment to know that I had reached across the pond and connected with a number of people on these type of levels that were recognizing my work and recognizing the work that I did with, Godzilla, because the whole project was done with Godzilla. So they're recognizing the artistic value of it. That was the highlight.
So working with Godzilla, like, how did it feel first, like actually getting to work with him? Like, cause his caliber is long and huge, and like, like the man's done it all. Like, how did it feel? Did you feel intimidated getting involved with him, or it was like it's just like a happy, like, yes, this is what I want to do?
And the truth was, I studied him. You know, I studied his discography, and when I bumped into him, I didn't even know who he was. Right, so I still, I had knew so much about him to start with that it was just normal for me to be in a classroom atmosphere with him when we were in the studio. You know what I mean?
So the knowledge of you going in as like a regular artist and then getting to be around the greats and learning from them, like was it easy to adapt?
Uh, it was easy in the sense of, keep quiet. They're the teachers. They're there for a reason. It's the reason why they're working the equipment so efficiently is because they know exactly what they're doing. So if you can't see that, then you the problem in the room.
And as an artist, have you started to learn yourself to be a producer or learn anything in those aspects too, to engineer yourself?
I do. I more or less executive produce my projects. I have a design idea that I come with in totality that I work toward. So I'm always putting the pieces together based on my knowledge of being in the studio, how pieces need to fit together before I even get to the point of recording.
And when was the first time you ever hit the stage? Like, how old were
First
you
time
when
I
you
had
first got into
oh,
it? How old?
uh, I was real young, probably in my early teens, just being in that kind of atmosphere, you know, little a real quick taste of it.
And in this game so far, who have you opened up for? Like, or like got a chance to work with that's, like somebody you looked up to or someone that you want to work with?
I would say that once the pandemic hit, everything I had in mind with regard to getting on stage, that was all put on hold because that was when it was actually go time for what I was coming out with, the whole product and the singles and things like that. So once that set me back, it left me with, as far as being on stage, Godzilla, B Justice, uh, Alex Tacton, 85, and Rock Mac of the Raw Cone Pirates. That was my last time on stage who I opened up for.
Oh, that's
That was
amazing.
before the pandemic.
Wow, that I would love to do that. So, so far in the game, like, what is your future looking like for like you being a mentor and stuff in the industry and helping others?
I aspired for, a number of people to see the value in what I do, especially in terms of there's only way you there's only one way you're really gonna get the experience of being on the football field, and that's by either being on the football field yourself or being around people that's been on the football field. So since I'm one of those people that's on that football field, you should have the idea of the value of that, just in terms of who it brings you next to on the next occasion that you can utilize for yourself to turn it into a promising opportunity for yourself.
I love your analogies because I always do that myself. Because it's like most people in life, you got to explain things to them in terms where they'll understand. And I like the way you think on things because a lot of people don't even get. Sorry, let me rephrase that. A lot of people don't seem to respect or understand others' knowledge in the game when it comes down to teaching them, especially when it comes from older heads. And a lot of people don't understand that, like, coming from the era of now and the past, we threw out mixtapes, we threw out CDs to get noticed. Now you just a click of a button. So it's like, with you being on Spotify and all this stuff, like, how's your social media lifestyle going on, even though during the pandemic?
I tend to combine the two. I have not so natural way of combining the two, but I'm able to combine the two because I'm around that cross section of people who never had access to, say, Facebook or Instagram or any social media platform like that, and then people who do it every day, all day, you know what I mean, for one reason or another. So being around both, I'm seeing the failures in both. You know what I mean? There's sometimes a failure if I'm an older person and I'm not too connected to my people like the way I want to be. You know, when the anniversary comes around, we start to see how much we miss that person. You know what I mean? Whereas a younger person might be so invested, too heavily invested in the whole internet process, and they're lurking and looking and learning that they're not out there actually doing the work that they're supposed to do out there on the pavement, you know?
Facts. Facts 100. Chill.
Well, I mean, there's a lot that, you guys had covered, for Taurus. I know that he's got a lot of different things going on, and he's been doing, his work out here in the Milwaukee area for quite a while, as well as, Chicago. So, I think it's time, though, that we pay some bills, I think it's time we got to go and pay some bills, man. So with that being said, hang on to your feet, literally, because we're getting ready to go for a ride, man. And check out these messages. We will be right back.
Rhythm.
Rhythm.
Blessed love from Barbados, or as we so beautifully like to say here on the island, what going on, lovely people? I'm Bugina Kente, the spirit of the people. I'd like to welcome you to the Rhythm Caribbean Top 10 Countdown, bringing you some of the hottest artists, songs, and videos from across the entire Caribbean. So stay tuned.
Rhythm.
The Fish and Dragon Festival 2021 has gone virtual and global. Experience the celebration of the Chinese New Year on Thursday, February 11th at prime time in your country. The festival features a host of Barbadian and Chinese artists presenting Chinese Kung Fu, acrobatics, dance, and music. And from Barbados, some of the island's top artists, including soca stars, dancers, jazz musicians, and more. Yes, a fusion of Barbadian and Chinese cultures.
It's a bloody start for 2021. Just 1 month down and already 133 murders. That's 32 murders more than the same period in 2020. The latest data come as Insight Crime, a foundation capturing criminal data in the Caribbean and Latin America, found that for 2020, Jamaica had the highest rate of homicides in the region. With a total of 1,301 murders for 2020,
Man, that's a lot of murders.
I tell you.
Man, they not playing in the Caribbean, boy. They is, what is semen on man? Boop, boop, boop. For real. Man, y'all are not playing out there. Now, see, now you make me not want to go and take my vacation. You see.
Now they have the Chinese culture, too.
Right. For real, man. So, but man, that got me over here thinking to myself now, right in the middle of the TV show. Like, hey, nothing against my good people out here watching. Okay, I love y'all, but I just, yeah, and I'm from Chicago. We have our murder rate too. Don't get it twisted, but I don't want to be shot and killed overseas, man. Y'all tripping. Stop the violence. It's easy.
Wait till you come to Canada.
Man.
There's a lot of stuff you don't see on the news.
Right, I can imagine. Look, these balls down there like,
we were murder capital for a while. Like literally, where I live was murder capital for a while. It was kind of weird. So, and we smoked.
Well, Taurus, man, you see this, bro. You get to experience. See, this is what I love about Talk It Out. You get to experience different cultures, see the news in different sides of the country, even see the murder rates that they got going on over there. You know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So, but before we go to D-Boss, because she's next, I just want to ask you one thing, bro. You always wearing sunglasses. As long as I've known you, you keep you some shades on, man. Like, bro, is it just that, right? Is it just that you just that cool? Or, are those prescriptions? Tell me.
Eyes out the window to the soul, man. You don't give them to everybody.
That was so well put. I need to put out a shirt. Like, that was well put.
Yeah. Yeah, real well put. But on that note, we gotta go to the goddess of the show. Look, she's like, you better. Lady, the lady behind the scene. She holds the whip, Taurus. She holds the whip. So you better be on your best behavior. Okay? There's a reason why she's called D-Boss. There's a reason for that. And they say D because, she's from, over there in the Caribbean. So you make her mad, you'll start hearing that Caribbean side to her. Like, you better chill out, But with that being said, I want to bring to the floor the one and only Miss D-Boss. Miss D-Boss.
Thank you. Chi-Town Taurus. Let me know, how did you get this name? How did you pull up that name?
Well, the name comes from, I'm a Chicago kid, 60644 alumni, And, everywhere you go, if you're a Chicago person, people don't really call you by what you is. They always call you Chi-Town. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So that was it.
And Taurus, is that meaning something to you? Is that what your sign is?
Did you hear me?
Is that what your sign is?
I didn't hear you exactly.
You're Taurus, the other party.
Oh, my real name, yeah. My real name is Taurus, came from my mother. My mother came from my mother. She tried to name me after a toy store. You know what I mean? Toys R Us.
Oh, I didn't even look at it that way, but I guess it is. Now everybody's like, okay.
Man, tell the truth, man. You call Taurus because it's after a pistol. And you out there in the ghetto, and they like, yeah, the Taurus thing,
Okay, true that, right? But from a young age, since I was born with that name, I learned all the attributes of it. So I tend to reflect every attribute. I reflect the guns when it's time to reflect the guns. I reflect the zodiac when it's time to reflect the zodiac. I reflect the car or the mountain or the river when it's time to reflect those particular attributes,
Oh, did this dude just say the mountain, the river? Did he just go like yoga on us for real, like meditation? What? This dude, boy, Taurus is. Look, you'll never know what side you're gonna get from people who talk it out. Straight up. I'm the stay, Taurus. I'm the stay, my brother.
Yo,
Man, from the jungle, I gotta represent the jungle the right way. Sometimes the jungle is looked at as the only thing we know is, the guns and the clips, right? But it's gotta be an intelligent person that. It's not the person with the gun that's intelligent. It's the person with the sense enough when to use it and when not to use it, and why not to create circumstances where it don't need to be used in the first place.
Oh.
Right.
What inspires you to do what you What inspires you to do what you do, Taurus?
Town. I'm a fan of Easy. I'm a fan of Ruthless. I'm a fan of Suge Knight. I'm a fan of Death Row Records. I was a fan of Suave House and Tony Draper and Master P and No Limit. I'm a fan of all those guys that took whatever they had and they turned it into something enormous that a lot of people could connect with and learn from. Ice Cube and so many others, you know.
Okay. So who would you like to perform with that you would like to, you're looking forward to do?
I think mostly I would love to perform with Kanye.
Why?
Because he's wild and outrageous. No, it doesn't really seem like there's a limit to the ideas that he'll bring to the table. And I think if you're talking about art and you're talking about creativity, that should be one of the key components is how far you can go with those ideas, you know?
All right. And what is something that people automatically assume about you, but it's not true? Like, how do they, that somebody has a misconception about you? Don't answer.
I would say the biggest misconception is, just being a goon, just being from the jungle, just because you're from the bottom that you're going to bring nothing to the table but what's depicted about the bottom.
Oh.
I was just going to say because he had a big shiny head. No, man. Taurus is a man. It's for real. Taurus is a good dude. You're a good dude, man. Straight from the bottom, though. He is from the bottom.
All right. You work with Godzilla. So how was it like working with him?
It's being around an idol. You're definitely around an idol. You're around a legend. You're around so much more than that, though. You know what I mean? A brother, a father figure at times. You know what I mean? A mentor, a teacher, professor. I mean, he wears so many hats that I learned so much just from anything that he's about. It's always a life lesson in it. It's always a musical lesson in it. It's always a system lesson in it for you to become a better person, a better way of how to go about, distributing music, promoting music, making music, connecting music to people. It's always about the music, and that music is teaching you so many heartfelt life lessons,
So what's something that he corrected you about that you weren't sure about?
I still like to do my 3 verses. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have my 3 verses. LL Cool J and Rakim. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have 200,000 bars a verse. Right. I heard rap. I wasn't a rap aficionado. Everybody thinks you could do rap. Everybody thinks you could do music. They don't realize that these people are doing countless 80,000 hours plus of rehearsing and practicing and learning to be that good. You know what I mean? So it was get professional is what you have to do. And that's what I was taught.
All right. Do you have an entourage?
I do have an entourage, pretty big entourage.
Do you bring them to the studio? Because I don't think you're allowed.
A bunch of thugs and hoodlums and thieves and gangbangers and all that crap, man. What the heck?
Right. But you know what? It's me being in the thick of the things I've been in thick of, learning from the reality is that these is all intelligent guys that often that intelligence was never allowed to be applied to anything except for what it was applied to, which is, abandoned buildings, broken glass, and dilapidated neighborhoods or something like that. So you start to look at the world from that angle and knowing that here's an intelligent person and how intelligent he is, that's what allows me to see more than just redemptive value in the people I'm around. You know what I'm saying? These are pioneers that have never been taught how to be pioneers. You know?
Yeah, well, there's one DJ, I don't know if it's him that we interviewed, but he said he doesn't allow the entourage to come in.
Oh man, yeah. He doesn't allow the entourage. But they would have a problem with Taurus and his people because, you know, you got some people that will go for that. But Taurus and his people, they basically, like, Taurus is the sign for the bull, right? Oh. So they gonna bull, you know, like a bull just runs his way into the plate. That's what Taurus be on. He be on that bully stuff. Taurus are gonna get it. What'd you say, Despair?
I said me and Taurus are going to get along very well.
Oh.
Hey, man, if you can walk in a room and command a room, I don't know what you in this game for.
That's right. Seriously. That's right. You got to be able to command that room. But, you know, there's a difference between commanding a room and shutting the room down.
Hey, sometimes it's gotta happen.
You still gotta work on that part.
All right. So what are you working on? I mean, can you give us a little sample of it? Just rap a little bit. We want to hear it.
Oh, just rap a little. She put me on the spot.
Hold on, man. Remember that you are on TV, right? So do not cuss when you rap it. I know you're an intelligent hoodlum, so you can figure that out, right? You got that. I know you got me, man. I know you got me. I just don't want to get no fine, man. So just don't cuss, please.
I want to keep it PG as possible, right? PG and gutter. But this was from a sister that asked me that. So my response was, my precious sister, you're a jewel, heaven sent to this earth. I watched you struggle in the gutter and praying in church. Praying God to change the situations, bills, and troubles. How many times you gotta pray for homies killed in the struggle? Watch the FBI blast homies, revenge if you could. Afraid to die lonely, leaves on all the G's in the hood. Can't let these worthless studs tear you down. Don't stoop to their level. Someday you find a real goon, fall in love with a rebel. You know.
I think she over there like, hey.
No. They're always trying to get in my business, you know?
Oh, man, y'all crazy, man. So only I'm talking out.
Well, it's you. So Despair just spinning his chair around. I don't know.
Right. Despair just sitting.
I feel like I'm an amusement ride.
I just don't understand. Like, you know, I just have to sit back here and just laugh because, you know, once you two get into it, I just got to sit back here, man.
No, we're going to get into you.
Right.
Y'all trying to get into nothing on me. I see an A-B conversation. I'm trying to see my way out of it.
Right. Because this is how we do it, man. You know, once you in here with us, we family. Ain't no telling what's gonna happen on Talk It Out and what we gonna talk about. You know, for real. You know, you never know, man.
So what's your song?
What do you say, Miss DeBoss?
I said, what's the song you're working on now?
The song I presented is Gucci Gucci. It's more or less crossing my style. You know what I mean? The idea that people are caught up in the glitz and the glamour, and they expect you to bring the glitz and the glamour. At some point, I might bring some glitz and glamour, but I'm more, this is what it is, you know? Real life matters. That's what I like. You know what I mean? That's my approach to music. So.
Are you telling me that on my show?
See, I knew she was gonna say that, man. I knew she was gonna say that. Real, you said real life matters.
That's me. Like, that's my show.
Yes, sir.
You knew that?
Yes, ma'am, I did. You know, I pay attention.
Oh.
That's the number one thing I do in this game is pay attention.
Okay. Gucci.
There's a metaphor to it. There's a flip to it, you know?
Okay.
So I'm saying Gucci, but I'm wearing Versace. You know what I mean? It doesn't match. But that's where the song was inspired from. I was listening to somebody else listening to music, and they heard the song by Lil Pump. I'm a fan of music, just music in general, right? So they was listening to Lil Pump, and they couldn't stand that Gucci gang. So I said, I like irritants. That's one of the things I like about music is irritants. Somebody got a little bit of irritating hook. I enjoy because I know what the producer did to bring that about. You know what I mean? I've been able to see that process take place. I know what the DJ did to bring that about, and seeing those things, I became fascinated with it. So that's where that song came from. Is I'm fascinated with that part of music of being able to create an irritant that is catchy and has something to say to people. Whether or not you paying attention to the larger message, somebody somewhere is catching that message that's coming with that irritant, and that's what I enjoy. You know.
Yeah.
And he using big words like irritant.
You know the ghetto.
Chill, that's not nice.
I'm being nice. That's despair. Why he trying to throw some words in there on the slide.
What are you talking about, man? I love intellectual conversations. I love everything that comes out of this guy's mouth, man. It's funny because I haven't heard anybody this intellectual in a minute, like especially like because I can like it's hard, and I know I smoke a lot, anyway, a lot. But I'm just saying you got to be intellectual on different levels. That's why a lot of people get creative and when they're in the studio and all that stuff because their brains are open.
Yeah, your brains are fried from smoking all that stuff. You know, and I know Taurus be puffing all that stuff.
Now you saying I don't knock people and I don't knock the culture. You did. I don't indulge, but I can take a taste, you know what I mean? I can smell the fumes and things like that. The raw cone pirates, right? I'm on the pirate ship, and it's those kind of brothers that brought to my life the idea to mellow out. Just chill, we got you. You know, that's one of the basic things that Godzilla told me. I got you. I'm gonna turn this prod up. I got you. Watch how I strum this guitar. I know what to do with that there, you know?
Yeah, that's most definitely Godzilla, boy. Godzilla is one that would be like, hey man, just chill out. I got this. Chill, sit back. Relax, man. Relax. That is Godzilla all day long. So I know. We gotta take a commercial break. We gotta pay some bills. So, hey man, you guys are fun. I love it. I don't even want to go to the commercial break.
Yeah,
but if I don't, they'll probably take my show off the air. So I better go to a commercial break and do what I'm supposed to do. And with that being said, we will be right back with another Talk It Out.
If a parent is in denial and unsure or refusing concerns from their family, their neighbors, their doctor, what would you tell them today? I'll let you go, Danica, first.
I would say first and foremost, don't be afraid of the diagnosis. The diagnosis equals services. When you have a diagnosis, you get your services. If you shy away from that and you say, I don't want to label my child, a lot of people in the Black community especially don't want to label on their child.
Bo is a McNab. He is primarily used as a working dog for cattle, livestock.
He's very low maintenance, doesn't shed very much, very minimal eating. He likes to mainly drink water because he's on the go all the time.
He'll drink more water than he does eat food. and we'll just run, chase, play all day long.
When the road is long and heavy, when it's dark and I can't see clearly, I will lift mine eyes to the hills from whence my help cometh. My help it comes from you.
No, let me shut up, man. Let me stop.
My help comes from the Lord. And that dog one was pretty good too.
Yeah, I like the dog one, right? The dog one. You got some intelligent dogs out here. That's crazy. Man, that's crazy. So, we've had a lot of great questions today on the show. And, we really, really got to know you pretty well there, Taurus. I mean, you seem like a very laid back, fun guy, a guy that people can really get along with and stuff like that, but also a guy where, if you're not careful, you better, hold your purse tight. You know what I'm saying? So, you see how I slayed that in there, right? But no, man, only I can say that about Taurus, y'all. Only I can do it. Don't worry about it. Okay. There you go. Despair, what are you doing?
I am watching and promoting at the same time while we're talking.
You're watching and promoting at the same time. See, this is what we do, Taurus. We pick on each other. All throughout the show, I'll just all of a sudden say, "What you doing, the boss? What you doing?" Despair. And despair be on point because he used to it. He used to be just saying, "Hey, Despair, what you doing?"
No, because you just always got to ask what I'm doing because I'm always.
I sure do. Despair is like my evil twin.
Look at Cheese looking like, what's going on here?
No, he gets it too. It's called multitasking. It's life.
Yeah, he's like my evil twin, and the boss is like my evil sister.
Oh yeah? You haven't
Wow. See what I tell you. Look at her face when she starts to get mad. That thing comes out of her. Oh yeah. She about to start spitting that stuff.
You're messing with a Bayesian and from Toronto, I'll come out here, fam. You go 0 to 100 real quick.
She will go in.
You've never heard D-Boss speak in her patois and stuff, so you got to watch yourself sometimes. That's what I got to say. You want to see that side.
Totally swift off that hat off your head.
The boss is really from the gutter. You think, she real professional, a very beautiful lady, right? But you piss her off. See what's gonna happen. See what? Run the boy. You want to mess with me, boy? I'm telling you,
We'll just blank you or pass you straight like an exam. We'll just pass you.
Well, see, I'd be afraid if I hang up the phone, if I make her mad, she gonna turn around and put a hex on my butt. So I'll be. I just take it. I'll be like, man.
Or he's trying to be in good graces with us. He don't want to say nothing.
Right.
We won't let him come on again.
He's like, man, I gotta just be cool. I'm up here in front of 6 million households looking at me. I cannot sit up here and talk the way they talking.
But he sure did show out his true, authentic self.
Yes, and that's what I respect about Mr. Taurus. He has always been a supporter of what we do here on Talk It Out. He's been a supporter of everything that we got going, like DJ Despair, you know, the Boss of Real Life Matters. Like I said, he pays attention. He pays attention to y'all be surprised. The man knows about everything that everybody on here got going on.
Really?
You know, and
could he tell us where you got that hat from?
Tell us where we got this hat from. I don't know if he can do all that. Taurus, try to take a crack at it, man. Where did I get this hat from? And if you say swap around, I'm hanging up on you.
No, he
went to Steve Harvey's closet.
It's only a few airlines.
Man, y'all be hating, man. This hat is beautiful. It's genuine. I'm in the Caribbean mood, man. What are you saying there, boy?
Cedric the Entertainer wants his hat back.
I didn't know that was gonna be him. I was trying to figure out who it looked like.
That's all right, though, because you know Rudy. You're gonna get paid. Albert that be wearing that hat, that Kango. Rudy that be wearing that Kango, walking around like that.
Hey, yo, don't get me started again in my rerun situation. You know what I'm I've always wanted to be a Soul Train dancer. I'll just tell you.
Oh man. Well, you know, speaking of dance and Soul Train and all that, man, we got something special for y'all today. We actually have the video.
Excuse me?
We have the video for Taurus. You know, his video, Gucci.
Really?
Yeah, man, really. And it's hot. You know, it's decent. You know, I like it. And I'm sure that you all out there will like it. So, by that being the case, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play his video. And I'm going to let everybody see it, okay, across the whole international world. And let you all be the judge of this man's video entitled Gucci.
I like how long you drag it out to try and figure out.
I ain't dragging out nothing. And with that being said, let's go ahead and feature the video Gucci.
Gucci, nah, baby, I'm just case to case, baby. That means I'm a ride with all mine till I die, baby. Gucci, nah, baby, I'm just case to baby. That means I'm a ride, I ain't tell you no lie, baby. Gucci, nah, baby, I'm just case to baby. That means I'm a ride with all mine till I die, baby. Gucci, nah, baby, I'm just case to baby. That means I'm a ride, I ain't tell you no lie, baby. On my waistband, that's where all my friends is tough. My two twins is loaded up, F12 in the jokers. If you're thinking I won't order you a hearse with a chauffeur, so the game up, worldwide flame up, never ever hold up, not until the rain on my window pane goes up. Bulldog and dirty hair, that's two other kinds I carry. I don't roll with scary dudes, homie scared of getting very newsflash. All of us is going to the graveyard, might as well go and style max out my bread cards. That's why I've been balling hard. Police departments wanna cut my life short, cause obviously the pen never broke me every circuit court. Designer jeans and Oakley, I know bodies in the river. Hope they find the one that broke me. Ain't no pity, I'm from gangsta city. Shot call it G status. I grew up a life of crime. Welcome home to Central and Gladys. I grew up a life of crime. Welcome home to Central and Gladys. Nah, baby, I'm just case to baby. That means I'm a ride with all mine till I die, baby. Gucci, nah, baby, I'm just case to baby. That means I'm a ride, I ain't tell you no lie, baby. Gucci, nah, baby, I'm just case to baby. That means I'm a ride with all mine till I die, baby. Gucci, nah, baby, I'm just case to baby. That means I'm a ride, I ain't tell you no lie, baby. Lives my whole life to this demonstration, rapping for the nation, Lord life. Right out my mama's basement, all I know is gangsters. You can change this, you will know a real hustler from the gassy streets. Sprinklers here and legs back with hot tails, building up the nightingale. Had your gangster crazy, sipping on a couple cocktails. Down is platinum gold money, solid gold money. Jewels
money, all of us been so dumb. It's gangsta, ladies love the cheese and the jewels. It's intoxicating, frosting down my wrist and having pool. Have you ever took a risk? Hung with killers, I'm a killer, got them tools. Have you ever been to Lewisburg or tell up the school? Spoke a rule, I'm a simple from New York. Ass out till the death, I'm talking Madden on the spot. Got a torch to light a whole block, scorch a whole city like I'm reenacting big and pop. 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 Nah, baby, I'm just case to baby. That means I'm a ride, but I'm mine till I die, baby. Nah, baby, I'm just case to baby. That means I'm a ride, I ain't tell you no lie, baby. Gucci, nah, baby, I'm just case to baby. That means I'm a ride, but I'm mine till I die, baby. Gucci, nah, baby, I'm just case to baby. That means I'm a ride, I ain't tell you no lie, baby. It's a given for my homies on division, banging Tony, New Montana. Oh my God, it's off a Damon, black and white, and talking bandit. Gangsta on my deathbed, gangsta when it took me fed. Shout out to my day one homies, all of y'all still having bread. I ain't been afraid, I've been a part of this. Is one to say 12 or 13, the whole squad in black and gold and red. Now I got the mob and everybody with that blue and thread. High heads, ball heads, yep, I got a gang of dreads. Bitch sealed on the field, money makers never squeal. Probably made the papers once or twice, yep, you know the drill. With before the judge, I hold a grudge, I want my money back. Sex, money, drugs, left the buzz, where that money at? Sickness, wearing buzz, laid in the mud, we don't like witnesses. We put in the word, ain't no turf, these is businesses. Blowing on the perp, yeah, I get mad for long distances. And hope you still love me when you find out I got Gucci. Nah, baby, I'm just case to baby. That means I'm a ride, but I'm mine till I die, baby. Gucci, nah, baby, I'm just case to baby. That means I'm a ride, I ain't tell you no lie, baby. Gucci, nah, baby, I'm just case to baby. That means I'm a ride, but I'm mine till I die, baby. Gucci, nah, baby, I'm just case to baby. That means I'm a ride, I ain't tell you no lie, baby.
Gucci, baby. You did. No lie.
I like that. I like those shoes. I want them.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So, Mr. Taurus, before we go ahead and let you go, brother, why don't you go ahead and shout out your social medias, where people can find you, all that good stuff. You dig?
Yeah, you can find me anywhere. You can find me Chi-Town Taurus, Instagram, Facebook.com, Chi-Town Taurus. But just go straight to my website, ChiTownTaurus.com. Real simple.
Okay. Now you heard that the boss, he said Chi-Town Taurus, not Chi-Town Taurus. Yeah, I think I caught that earlier, did you? I said, I'm going to wait.
But it's usually, but it's chai, it's CH is chai. You know what I mean? But chi.
Oh, okay. Well, here in the States, in Chicago, it's called Chi. So for future reference, so when we have other people come on here from Chicago, you want to be like, you from Chi? You from...
You could be from wherever you're from.
Right, for real. So, Taurus, real quick, you got any shout outs or anything for anybody out there before we go ahead and let you go?
Yeah, shout out to all the people that enjoy my music and people that's becoming familiar with it. Prison Art, Gucci, it's out there. Don't hesitate to stream it. Check me out on YouTube. Thank you. I want to thank Talk It Out for having me here.
Love, brother, love. So, with that being said, anything DJ Despair the Boss that you would like to say before we close out?
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
All right. So, Taurus, that's right. It is official, Taurus. You have now been talked out. That's what it is. So with that being said, make sure everybody out there, make sure you tune in to another exciting episode tomorrow, same time, same channel of Talk It Out. Peace.
that's on your mind. Let's talk it